السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. لا تسلم عبد الله أن يوسف سورة الألق. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق. اقرأ ربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. إنسان نا إنسانو. علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى. إن إلى ربك الرجعى.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أرأيت الذي ينهى عبدا إذا صلى أرأيت إن كان على الهدى أو أمر بالتقوى أرأيت إن كذب وتولى ألم يعلم بأن الله يرى كلا لئن لم تنتهي لنصفعا من ناصية كاذبة خاطئة.
كلا نادية سندع الزبانية كلا لا تطعه واسجد واقترب.
Here's Siddha here, okay? So we will do it. First of all, central subject of the surah. Describe the attributes of Allah. This surah describes the attributes of Allah. Different. What Allah is. This surah tells you what Allah is. Why making mouth? Your Lord and Creator, and avoid the obedience of rebellious leadership, worship, and obey Allah alone and get nearer to Him. Again, central theme, central subject. Read.
Describe the attributes of Allah, your Lord and Creator, and avoid the obedience of rebellious leadership. Worship and obey Allah alone and get nearer to Him.
Yusuf, Abdullah again, central subject.
Describe the attributes of Allah, your Lord and Creator, and avoid the obedience of rebellious leadership. Worship and obey Allah alone and get nearer to Him.
Now, Yusuf, what does it mean? Any idea? Abdullah, what does it mean?
Describe the
attributes of Allah.
One person. I asked him first and you were not replying, so Abdullah, let Abdullah say. Then you repeat after him later.
Describe the attributes of your Lord and Creator. Do not obey do not obey rebellious leadership. Worship and obey Allah alone and get near to Him.
Yalla, Yusuf. Tell.
Describe the attributes of Allah.
Then Abdullah again.
Describe the attributes of Allah, your Lord and Creator. Avoid obeying the rebellious leaders. Worship Allah and get near to Him.
Worship and obey Allah
And get near
alone.
Alone and get near.
Alone, very important. And get nearer to Him. Get nearer to Him. Describe the attributes of Allah. Describes the attributes of Allah. This surah describes the attributes of Allah. Okay. Your Lord and Creator. Who is Allah?
Lord and Creator.
Your Lord and Creator. What is Lord?
Lord.
What is Creator?
Allah.
No, who created you? Who created? Who make you?
Allah.
That's Creator. Allah. Okay. Lord. What's the meaning of Lord?
God.
God. Lord.
Number one, heaven praises. You have to praise to Him.
You know, in every language there is different words used for your honor. Lord mean honor. Landlord. You say landlord. Have you heard about landlord? This our landlord. 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 You heard about this landlord? Okay. Honor. Honor. The person who owe. So your Lord, who is our owner?
Allah.
Okay. So that's why we say inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun. We are for Allah and we have to return
Okay.
back to Him. Okay. So He is our owner. He make us. He is our creator. Allah is our owner. Allah is our creator. So Allah is telling the attributes. What's the meaning of attributes?
The things, all nine names of Allah, the things, what was Allah doing, what can He do? Names.
Attributes. What are his? What would you say?
Names.
Is you can say names as well. Okay, is qualities. You know, qualities,
Powers.
different qualities, different powers, different okay capabilities, abilities, different ability inside it. He has ability to what? He has ability to walk, ability to run, ability to what move? What is this?
Cry.
Eh?
Cry.
Ability to cry,
Ability to shout.
shout, ability to
Eat.
eat, ability to drink. This is all your attributes. Okay, all these capabilities and so Allah also has different capabilities and abilities. So that's is called as his. He has different powers and strengths. Okay, which are called his
Attributes.
attributes. Which are called his. Yusuf, what are those called? His
Attributes.
attributes. So this surah describes the attributes of Allah, your Lord and Creator. Now you understand this sentence? This surah describes the attributes of Allah, your Lord and the Creator. Okay, now you know Lord, honor, Creator, who made you. Okay, you are nothing there. I was not there. You are not there. Nobody was there. And then He made us. Okay, there was no human beings before. So He made first human being. What was the name of first human?
Adam.
Adam.
MashaAllah. Very good. Okay, first human being, you know name. Okay, already now created. So your Lord and Creator. Okay, so attributes and then avoid the obedience of rebellious leadership. So we should not obey other leaders who are rebellious, who takes you away from Allah. Rebellious means who pulls you away from Allah. Who pulls you where? Away from Allah. So we should not obey them. All those leaders who pulls you away from Allah, we should not obey them. Obey them. Abdullah's question.
Teacher, I told teacher I cannot sing. I had to sing. Then said, you have to sing this mappe class.
What?
The teacher, you have to sing because this mappe class. So I said I don't want to sing.
See what?
Sing.
What see?
Sing and the song. And teacher saying.
What is the wrong in this? I mean, this analogy because pulling you away from Allah. So that is rebellious leadership. So that's what you are saying. Okay. So he gave a very good example. Okay, that in the MAPE class, he was asked to sing. So he said, I don't want to sing. So you can sing that time. What you can sing? Praise of Allah. Okay, praise of Allah. You can sing. You can sing the.
She give a kind a song you need to sing.
Yeah. So if song is against the ruling of Allah, that you will not sing. Okay, with the musician, with the musical instruments and music. That's why it's not allowed because it's a doorstep to the adultery and other kind of all the things which are not accepted by Allah. Okay, so you understood that leadership, worship and obey Allah alone and get nearer to Him. So why we worship Allah? Why we obey Allah? So that we get near to Him. We don't want to be repelled, okay, from away from Him, but we want to get nearer to Him. In order to get nearer to Him, what we have to do? We need to worship and obey Him. We need to worship Allah. Worship. How we worship? Through prayers, through
Dua.
memorizing Quran, reading Quran. This is also worship. Reading Quran is a worship. Memorizing Quran is a worship. And this also is a worship. What you are doing now, you are just reading this uh, surah, okay, and understanding and trying to convey the message. So this is also what? Worship. Yusuf, what is worship?
Worshipping.
Worship is what? Salah. Okay. Reading Quran, memorizing Quran. What else is worship? Zikr, making zikr.
Dua.
This also lectures. All these things, which is what dua, which anything which takes you nearer to Allah is called worship, and which is authorized by Allah and His Prophet. If it's not authorized by Allah and His Prophet, you do of your own, that is will not be a worship. Concept of worship. Okay, if you do your own, you say this is a worship, that will not be a worship. Until and unless it's prescribed by Allah and His Prophet, peace be upon Him. So those things will be regarded as worships. Understand? Good. So now, which takes you nearer to Allah, and we need to worship alone, Allah alone, not with anybody else together. So you pray Salah, if your intention is that my mother will be happy, if I pray Salah, okay, my mother is happy, so that is, you're not worshipping Allah alone. So you what you did, you mixed there, okay, you associate partner with Allah, that you are also making somebody else happy instead of Allah. So you should worship only for Allah alone. Yusuf, did you understand? We need to worship only for Allah alone. Not anybody should be mixed here. Okay? Very good job. So now first paragraph is Yusuf.
By Allah with His names and attributes.
MashaAllah. Verse 1 to 5, it tells you remember Allah with its names and attributes. Then second paragraph,
The indifferent soul becomes rebellious and transgressive and rejects the invitation of tajweed and hereafter.
Tajweed or Tawheed?
Tawheed.
Why Tajweed? Tawheed. Tawheed and hereafter. Rebellious shows the indifferent soul becomes rebellious. And okay, then third paragraph, Yusuf.
Characteristic of transgressive leadership.
Yes, then 9 to 14. What are the characteristics of transgressive leadership? Okay, what is the meaning of characteristics? Character, behavior, how they behave, how the transgressive leadership behave, the rebellious leadership which take you away from Allah. Those people who take you away from Allah, so Allah is telling you here, He's not leaving you all alone, and He's not leaving you unaware. Guys, do you understand? Allah is telling you here the characteristics of rebellious leadership, transgressive leadership, so that you know and you get rid of them. You will not, okay, you will not pull towards them. Those, instead of one side is Allah, other side is transgressive leadership. What's the example of that? Abu Jahl. Abu Jahl is the example of transgressive leadership. Okay, he pulls you away from Allah. Okay, he's pulling. He stopped Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam from praying in Haram, Makkah. Okay, he stopped him. Then in the fourth paragraph, the end of transgressive leadership, 15 to 18. There will be an end. Allah said, I will do this, 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 this with him. Okay? And and really it ended. Then he was killed in the battle. Okay, then fifth paragraph, verse number 9.
Avoid the obedience of transgressive leadership and achieve Allah's nearness through prayers.
Prayers. So it's clear or no? Things are clear from very first slide only.
True.
Okay? Very good, guys. Now move forward and we go into details. So this is here the translation.
Read in the name of your Lord.
Okay, then who created?
I guess
Has created man from?
he has created man from a clot, a piece of thick coagulated blood. Read, and your Lord is the most generous, who has taught the writing by the pen. The first person to write was Prophet Idris, has taught man that which he knew not. Nay, verily, man does transgress all bounds in disbelief and evil deed, because he considers himself self-sufficient. Surely unto your Lord is the return. Have you, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, seen him who prevents
Abu Jahl.
Abu Jahl,
Abu Jahl is mentioned here also. See? Who prevents
a slave Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam
when he prays? Okay.
Tell me, if he Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam is on the guidance of Allah or enjoins piety. Tell me, if he, the disbeliever Abu Jahl, denies the truth, this Quran, and turns away, knows he not that Allah does not see what he does? Nay, if he Abu Jahl sees not, we will catch him by the forelock, a lying, sinful forelock. Then let him call upon his council of helpers. We will call the guards of hell to deal with him. Nay, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, do not obey him. Abu Jahl, fall prostrate and draw near to Allah.
Yes, so we have to make constitution. Yes, Yusuf.
Name. Iqra. Alaq.
So Surah Alaq. Okay, two names.
Alaq.
It has two names. Iqra and Alaq. This
Al-Alaq.
surah,
Iqra. This surah has two names. Name taken from verse 1 and verse 2, where there is a mention of the word Iqra and Alaq, respectively. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Recite in the name of your Lord who created. خلق الإنسان من علق. Created man from a clinging substance. Clinging substance.
Yes.
But it does not mean that this name is the actual topic discussed in the whole surah.
MashaAllah, very good.
It is just a reference and mark or symbol to distinguish this surah from others, as is with most other surahs of Quran. While there are
Diversified
topics discussed in this surah.
It doesn't mean that if Ikra is the subject of this surah or Alaq is the subject of this surah. Okay, so but it's only the name. Most of the cases, it's the Abdullah is something.
Before dito, my kani, my brother said kani ko said Judy. The Surah. So if Surah Baqarah is the name Surah Baqarah, it should they should be like talking about cow parts, everything. But there's stories.
Yeah, it should. Surah Baqarah does not mean that it's talking about the parts of the cows. It has a head, it has a legs, it is like this. Okay, it just means that mention of the Baqarah is there. Mention of the cow is there. Cow is mentioned in this surah. So that's the name. Okay.
In nickname.
One person. Clot. Read.
Chapter number. Chapter.
96.
So I like total verses.
19.
So I like total words.
72.
Total unique word repetition.
55.
Total letters.
288.
Relation period.
Meccan, approximately 610 to 614 AD.
Main characters.
God, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, man, pen, a sinful person, angels of hell.
So many.
Surah Alaq main topic.
God created man and taught him by pen. The transgressor will be dragged in fire through his forelock.
1 to 5. God created man from alaq, a cleansing substance, and taught him by means of pen.
And taught him. Okay.
And taught
6 to
Man
7.
transgresses when he sees himself self-sufficient.
8 to 19. Mention of a sinful person who forbids prayer. The wrongdoers or transgressor will be dragged in fire through his forelock.
Forelock. Yes.
There.
Forelock like this. They will hold like this and drag to the from here.
This surah has 19 verses. The surah has two names taken from verse 1 and verse 2 again. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق and خلق الإنسان من علق. Reciting the name of your Lord who created and created man from a cleansing substance. Where the word اقرأ and علق means read and the blood clot appears respectively. This surah was revealed in Mecca and believed to have been the first revelation to Prophet in Mecca at the Cave Hira in Mount Jabal al-Nur in the month of Ramadan.
610 AD.
610 AD. The remaining verses 6 to 19 were revealed later when opposition to the revelation appears among the leaders of the Quraysh, and one of its leaders, most probably Abu Jahl, tried to stop Prophet Muhammad from praying in the Kaaba.
The whole experience and background of this surah is best explained by the most authentic hadith, quoted in many books narrated from Aisha, wife of the Prophet. Book Revelation, Kitab Badil al-Wahi, Global ID 3, 2. In book reference, Book 1, Hadith 3. English translation, Volume 1, Book 1, Hadith 3.
Now see the these. This is a these. Come on.
Narrated
Aisha,
Aisha, the mother
of the faithful believers.
Commencement.
The commencement of divine inspiration to Allah's apostle was in the form of good dreams which came true, like bright daylight, and then the love of seclusion was bestowed upon him. He used to go in seclusion in the cave of Hira, where he used to worship Allah alone, continuously for many days before his desire to see his family. He used to take with him the journey food for the stay, and then come back to his wife Khadija to take his food likewise. Again, till suddenly the truth descended upon him while he was in the cave of Hira. The angel came to him and asked him to read. The Prophet replied, I do not know how to read. The Prophet added, the angel caught me forcefully and pressed me so hard that I could not bear it any more. He then released me and again asked me to read, and I replied, I do not know how to read. Thereupon he caught me again and pressed me a second time till I could not bear it any more. He then released me again and asked me to read again. I replied, I do not know how to read, or what shall I read? Thereupon he caught me for the third time and pressed me, and then released me and said, read in the name of your Lord, who has created all that exists, created man from a clot. Read, and your Lord is the most generous.
3 verses.
Then Allah's apostle returned with inspiration and with his heart beating severely. Then he went to Khadija bin Khuwailid Khuwaylid and said, cover me. They covered him till his fear was over. And after that, he told her everything that happened and said, I fear that something may happen to me. Khadija replied, never, by Allah, and Allah will never disgrace you. You keep good relations with your kith and kin, help the poor and destitute, serve your guests generously, and assist the deserving calamity afflicted ones.
Khadija then accompanied him to her cousin, Waraqah bin Nawfal bin Asad bin Abdul Uzza, who during the pre-Islamic period became a Christian and used to write the writing of Hebrew letter. He would write from a gospel in Hebrew as much as Allah wished him to write. He was an old man and had lost his eyesight. Khadija said to Waraqah, listen to the story of your nephew, oh my cousin. Waraqah said, oh my nephew, what have you seen? Allah described whatever he had seen. Waraqah said, this is the same one who keeps the secret, angel Jibreel, whom from Allah has sent to Moses. I wish I were young and could live up to the time when your people will turn you out. Allah asked.
Allah's prophet asked. Prophet saying,
will they drive me out? Waraqah replied in the affirmative and said,
yes.
Anyone man who came with something similar to what you have brought was treated with hostility. And if I should remain alive till the day when you will be turned out, then I will support you strongly. But after a few days, Waraqah died, and the divine inspiration was also paused for a while. Central subject. Describe the attributes of Allah, you Lord and Creator, and avoid the obedience of rebellious leadership. Worship and obey Allah alone and get near to Him.
First paragraph. Remember Allah with His names and attributes.
Second paragraph. The indifferent soul became rebellious and transgressive and rejects the invitation of Tawheed and hereafter.
Third paragraph. The characteristics of transgressive leadership.
The end of transgressive leadership.
Fifth paragraph. Avoid the obedience of transgressive leadership and achieve Allah's nearness through prayers. So today we have learned Surah Al Alaq with Abdullah
and Yusuf.
Thank you.
وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله تعالى على خلق محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.